Why do dogs, no matter how fancy or well-trained, always seem to greet each other by sniffing each other's butts? To us it looks awkward, embarrassing, and maybe even gross. But for dogs, it's as normal as a handshake or a hug. The truth is, this strange behavior is one of the most important ways dogs communicate. Behind the sniff lies a world of information that humans could never imagine. And once you learn what they're really saying, you'll never look at a dog's sniffing habits the same way again. Dogs live in a world ruled by scent. Their noses are millions of times more sensitive than ours. While humans rely mainly on sight, dogs rely almost entirely on smell to navigate their world. Every odor carries a story, a history, and a meaning. When a dog sniffs another dog's rear end, they're not being rude. They're gathering details as precise as a full biography. In seconds, one sniff can tell them what would take us hours to explain. So, what exactly are they smelling? The answer lies in two small sacs located just inside the anus called anal glands. These glands release powerful chemical scents that carry unique information. To dogs, it's like a personal scent signature. Each dog has its own odor fingerprint, and it reveals everything from health to emotional state. The butt, surprisingly, is the ultimate information center. Through a quick sniff, a dog can learn if another dog is male or female, young or old, healthy or sick. They can even sense mood, fear, stress, and happiness, all create subtle chemical changes in the body. Imagine if every handshake you gave instantly told the other person your age, health, diet, and emotions. That's exactly what's happening when dogs sniff each other's behinds. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Dogs don't just rely on their noses. They have a special tool built for this exact purpose. It's called the Jacobson's organ, or the vomeronasal organ, located in the roof of their mouth. This organ is designed to pick up pheromones, chemical messages that carry deep biological meaning. While humans can barely detect them, dogs read them like an open book. The rear end happens to be the best place to access these pheromones directly. For puppies, butt sniffing is one of the first lessons in social interaction. It's how they learn about their siblings and their place in the pack. As they grow older, the behavior becomes their main way of greeting new dogs. Unlike humans, who use words and facial expressions, dogs depend on scent to form relationships. Sniffing is how they introduce themselves, test trust, and decide whether a stranger is friend or foe. But not all sniffing sessions are friendly. Sometimes a dominant dog will sniff another aggressively, asserting control. The other dog may respond by sitting down to block access, showing submission. These small details of body language combined with sniffing form a complex conversation. If owners mistake it for simple curiosity, they miss the silent negotiation happening right in front of them. Some dogs are more enthusiastic sniffers than others. For certain breeds, especially those with strong scenting instincts like hounds, the habit can feel endless. Owners may tug at leashes impatiently, but to the dog, every sniff is vital. Cutting it short is like forcing someone to end a conversation mid-sentence. For dogs, sniffing isn't a quirk, it's survival, communication, and instinct rolled into one. Interestingly, dogs don't usually sniff every part of the body when they meet. The rear is the preferred target because it's the most reliable source of chemical information. The anal glands are like a data center, compact, concentrated, and impossible to fake. Other body parts carry smells too, but the rear end gives the clearest, most detailed signals. That's why it's always their first choice. Sniffing also helps dogs recognize individuals. Just as humans remember faces, dogs remember scents. A single sniff can lock a dog's scent into memory for years. That's why a dog can recognize a friend after a long separation, not by sight but by smell. Their memories are built on scent libraries rather than visual cues. But sniffing even plays a role in reproduction. Male dogs sniff females to determine if they're in heat, ready to mate, or unavailable. The chemical signals released during a female's cycle give clear, unmistakable information. This ensures that dogs don't waste energy or risk conflict over bad timing. Nature built this system to be efficient and direct. Sometimes dogs get embarrassed owners when they try to sniff people's crotches. While awkward for humans, it's the same instinct at work. Our bodies also release pheromones, and the groin area carries strong scents. To a dog, it's just another way of gathering information. They're not being rude, they're doing exactly what their instincts tell them to do. There's also a protective reason behind butt sniffing. By gathering as much information as possible about others, dogs assess whether a new acquaintance poses a threat. They can determine quickly if another dog is aggressive, submissive, or neutral. It's like running a security check in seconds. This helps dogs avoid unnecessary fights and form safe bonds. When dogs live together, butt sniffing reinforces pack dynamics. Regular scent checks maintain social order. The dominant dog stays aware of the other's conditions, while lower-ranked dogs signal submission by allowing the sniff. It's a system that maintains peace without constant fighting. Humans may not see it, but dogs are keeping harmony through scent. Veterinarians can even use a dog's anal glands to diagnose health issues. If the glands are infected, blocked, or abnormal, the scent changes drastically. Dogs instinctively know this too, which is why they may sniff a sick dog more thoroughly. Illness can't be hidden from a nose as powerful as theirs. In the dog world, health is public knowledge written in pheromones. Owners often try to pull dogs away from sniffing encounters out of embarrassment. But in reality, this behavior is vital to a dog's mental health. Denying them the chance to sniff can cause stress, frustration, and missed opportunities to bond with other dogs. Allowing controlled, safe sniffing helps dogs feel balanced and socially connected. The habit even ties back to evolution. Wolves and wild canines also use butt sniffing to gather information about pack members. This behavior has been passed down unchanged for thousands of years. Every time your dog sniffs another's rear end, it's echoing the instincts of its ancient ancestors. It's one of the oldest and most reliable communication methods in the canine world. It may look simple, but a butt sniffing exchange can carry more detail than most human conversations. Dogs can detect diseases, stress, diet changes, and even medications in another's scent. For them, it's like reading an entire medical record, emotional diary, and personal history in seconds. What looks like a brief sniff is actually a deep analysis. So, the next time you see dogs sniffing each other, remember it's not rude, weird, or disgusting. It's communication, survival, and bonding rolled into one. To dogs, it's not just natural, it's essential. Without sniffing, they'd lose one of their most powerful ways to connect with the world. Dogs sniff butts because it's their language, their science, and their culture. It tells them everything they need to know, from trustworthiness to health to emotional state. While humans may laugh or cringe, dogs are sharing their deepest instincts. In the end, butt sniffing is not just curiosity. It's one of the strongest reminders that dogs experience life through a sense far more powerful than our own.